Hi. My name is Thunder. This is Thunder Vlogs. And this is a passenger seat talk with you guys. So, I wanted to come on here because there's a lot of people nowadays that are trying to be content creators, right? Well, the problem with that is everybody's trying to be a content creator for the wrong reason. They wanted to be a content creator to try to make money off of it, when that's not the love of the game. See, the goal of being a content creator should actually be for the more entertaining purposes, not the, well, I want to make this my full career. See, you can make it your full career, but doing it as a social, like doing social media like the way I do it, should never be the way of a social media career. So one of the things I've always wanted to do on YouTube was to acknowledge the fact that my YouTube channel will never be built on making money. It will never be monetized. It'll never be actually used to make money. Now, the reasoning for that is, again, I do it for the love of the game. I do it to actually be entertaining. I do it to entertain people. Because at the end of the day, most people, all they want to do when they get off of work or when they get home from school is be entertained. They go on social media of some sort, whether that be YouTube, Instagram, whatever. And most of the time, they want to watch a video. They don't want to sit there and look at pictures. They don't want to read a post. Most of the time, they want to watch a video. The thing is, why make videos if they're not entertaining? Why make videos if the only thing in your mind is to make money, when there's people out here like me who just want to entertain, who want to do something where it's like, no, this is a hobby. Because a lot of the times, you'll hear YouTubers say this all the time, that it feels like going to work, even though it feels like you can just have fun doing whatever. The second you start throwing money into it, ruins everything. It always will. And I think that's a lot of why I do it. I never want to lose the magic of it, because there's days I just want to grab my camera, go out and do something and record. And the thing is, there's a lot of people who are like me who want to do that kind of thing. They want to grab their phones. They want to record a video just to record a video. They don't want to record a video just so they can blow up, make money on YouTube, and then call it a day. Now, there's people who will do that too, so don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, why make a video? Why try to put yourself out there? Why try to take the extra time and just trying to make something you once loved and turn it into something you're going to hate eventually? So if you want to be a YouTuber, I'll put it that, a YouTuber. It's really, really simple. You don't need a fancy camera. In fact, I get a lot of compliments on my videos because, hey, my videos come out professional. What camera do I use? What editing software? There's got to be a specialty. No, there's not. I started this on a phone. I switched to a camera, and I find myself being able to do what I want to do. Enjoy the activity of making YouTube videos by just recording them on my phone, editing on my phone, because I don't have to wait for video files to transfer. I don't have to wait for the processing. I don't have to have extra storage to trim a video down from one style or one format to another. And they still come out good. The whole beginning of this video, in this video, Like, this whole video is recorded from my phone. I got a tripod mount that is currently hooked up to my passenger seat that I'm talking to you guys on. The same passenger seat mount that I can turn it and face the road. I had the same setup here for this kind of a video, and all it takes is me just turning the tripod. That's it. I don't have to have a magnetic or a suction cup grip or holder or anything. This is it. And I'm doing something that I love. Putting up all the rest of my money into the actual thing I do for my work, or what I'm trying to do full time as my work. Something I don't mind doing as a job. Something that I don't mind knowing that it could pay the bills and it could fuel the kind of content that my channel could grow. My goal is to grow that, not my channel. My channel can grow however it pleases. Whether that be grow overnight, whether that grow overnight, whether that grow in the next 17 years. I mean, I've been on YouTube for, I think, going on almost 8 years now. Almost 9. And one thing I've learned is everything you've ever known about YouTube, it's mixed information. Because you have the people who are like really, really big, who do a lot of videos on, whatever. But then they start going and doing a lot more stuff that isn't what they used to do. Like, for example, Mr. Beast, he's always done extreme stuff, but his stuff has gone to the most extreme in recent time. Whereas someone like, what's a good example? Car YouTubers. I can't think of what his name is. I forget who it is. But there's a guy who had like a 2022 BRZ, and made a few videos off of the BRZ. But there's a lot more stuff that's not so that kind of style, that kind of class. Everything gets bumped up. The first thing people want to do is buy supercars, when a lot of people, they want to watch videos, like, for example, on 86s. People love, there's a lot of people who want videos on 86s. There's a lot of people who want to watch video on 86s. A lot of people want to watch canyon runs of 86s, mountain runs of 86s, back road runs on 86s. Not many people are doing that. I, for one, find myself trying to find these kinds of videos on YouTube to watch because I find them entertaining. I want to see the views of, like, a mountain road, a canyon, a back road. But never do I find stuff like that. I'm actually subscribed to Gears and Gasoline. Great example right there of people who do it for basically the love of the game, right? They went out and did road trips, multiple of them, several of them, where they would try to challenge themselves to do something. They would build some of the dumbest cars and take them across the country just for the love of the game. In fact, they even broke it down to one road trip where they were on a budget. Like, literally a budget. And, they probably make, a good amount of money, I would say. I think it's safe to say they've made a good amount of money. But it's stuff like that. It's the kind of content that is out there that you really want to see, but not many people make of. And the thing is, with a lot of stuff, there's oversaturation. There's like a lot of stuff nowadays, like especially in like sales and that kind of thing. Something that's got a competitive market to it. It tends to get too competitive where it's no longer competitive, but more oversaturation. Well, the thing is, with YouTube, there really is no such thing as oversaturation. Well, okay, I'm lying about that. There is, because if it's all the same content, then yes. And by that, I mean the same way that people speak, the same way that people style their videos. Like, if everybody has the same style of videos, there's going to be too much saturation, and at that point, YouTube becomes obsolete. So a lot of the big things is, don't try to be like somebody. Have an idea of what you want to do, and just do that. Just grab a camera. If you are an outgoing person, be an outgoing person. Before YouTube, I was a hard, heavy introvert. And over the years of doing YouTube, I've become an extrovert. The more you bring a camera around, the more attention you're going to bring. Well, the thing is, if you're going to do that, you might as well just be the part. Don't just look the part, be the part. Be outgoing. You got this massive camera with a big old light and a big old microphone and whatnot. Be outgoing. Some of the people who do that very, very well is people like Adrian Harding. He has some of that stuff, but he's outgoing. And he's very, very successful at what he does because he never changed. Sure, the money changed, but he didn't. That's one reason why I absolutely love watching Adrian Harding. Because he will do that. He's always been like that. If you watch his old videos, all the way up to now, like, yeah, he had a very quick come up. You know, I think he started like in 2020 or 2021. That's when he actually started doing YouTube. But the next thing I know, you know, he's huge. You know, he's making enough money that he can just go out and buy a Lamborghini Urus, a Tesla Cybertruck. You know, he had this big old house built. You know, no average Joe Schmo can just do that. Like, obviously, there's money there. But he's mastered the art of doing it so well, of just being outgoing, that it has made him money. And the thing is, he doesn't have any advertisements. He doesn't advertise for any brand. That's another thing I like about him, is he doesn't advertise for any brand. One of the YouTubers I used to watch all the time, I still watch him, you know, when he drops a new video. But it's a YouTuber by the name of the Stradman. You probably hear a lot of references that I make from him. But I've watched him for years. But one thing that kind of kills me is when a lot of his videos start to become the same. And in the middle of that, there's a good 10-minute segment. You know, if he's dropping a 30-minute video, there's probably a 10-minute segment of him talking about a brand, I guess you'd call it an ad segment. On top of him already being monetized. Now, it's not every single video. Like earlier today, he dropped a video and I watched it, and it didn't have a single advertisement. It was kind of a breath of fresh air. Now, yes, granted, the topic of the video was not the greatest, you know, because when you're rebuilding a car that you just watched catch on fire, you know, it's a blessing and a curse, you know. It's a blessing because you get to watch him rebuild another car, but at the same time, it's a curse because, you know, it's like, it's a car that he loves so much. But yet you don't see him advertising anything. He didn't throw a sponsor, which is great. So I guess the moral of this conversation, because this is a little bit of a longer one, this isn't my normal kind of vlog style video. Again, doing it for the love of the game. I'm doing a lot of content that's kind of all over the place, right? Because again, it's for the love of the game. It's not for the monetization. It's not to be rich and famous. It's for the love of the game. I'm going out of my way and doing a video that a lot of people do, but I'm doing it from the other perspective, from not a big YouTuber standpoint. You know, you'll get those YouTubers where it's like, you know, well, like, I don't even know how they usually started. They're like, so you want to be a YouTuber, but yet I've said the same thing as them, just with very minor success. Now, here's the thing. It's the other thing too, is when you're looking at YouTube, you look at minor successes before you look at major successes. You don't go, oh, man, my video only got 50 views. No. I look at my videos. If I hit 50 views, that's a win in my book. I've been consistently hitting 50 views. That means to me I'm doing one of two things. Number one, I'm reaching at least 50 people every single video. And almost every single video I have done this year has gotten 50 views. Now some of them not so much, and some of them way more. Anything that's more than 50 is a huge win for me. Even if that means it only comes out to be 200, 300 views, that's still a win for me. If I get 6 likes on a video, that's a win for me. I'm not looking for likes. So when I get more than what I asked for, that's a huge win. And that's what a lot of people get misunderstood, because a lot of people go out here and do this YouTube thing for money, and I'm just doing it for the love of the game. Right? Because that's what I do. At the end of the day, if I have 1,000 subscribers, if I have 1,000,000 subscribers, my view on YouTube will always be the same. I have other ways of making money, and that's how I've always done it. I've never asked for handouts. I've never asked for anybody to give me something, and I'm never going to promote a product that isn't mine. That's not how I do business. And I've been doing business since 2023, right? So I know how to grow business. I have also am an expert in digital media and digital marketing and marketing in general, and I'm really, really good at it. I told my mom one day that if it ever came down to it, she told me, you know, you always have to have a job. And well, yes, it's true. You do have to have a job, because everybody, including myself, I've got bills to pay. I've got a lot of bills to pay. But that's because I took on a bunch of responsibility. A lot of people don't take on the kinds of responsibilities that I've taken on. So when it comes down to it, you know, building what I have now that's not off of YouTube is huge. It's a huge thing for me. It's a huge thing that I keep myself in check, and it will always keep me in check. I'm limited to what I limit myself down to be, and that's how it should be for you. Now, if you've enjoyed this kind of video, please consider liking and subscribing. And, you know, the thing is with me, I've got a ton of videos planned. I have videos planned all the way out until October. Hell, even November, even December. I have videos all the way out to December. I'm not on a schedule. I just have ideas for videos. If they happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. I'm not stressing myself over that. And that's how it always should be. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that will be. Because I don't know when I'm posting this one. Because as of today, I've already posted a video. I have another video I'm getting ready to record. And I have a video, at least 2 of them, that are going to be posted for this weekend. So, consider liking, consider subscribing. And I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. Peace.